Hello friends and welcome to Miscellany 29 for 2021 as we try to beat the COVID-19 blues one day at a time. This week we hear about how to pay for things with just your palm. We also look at simple home repair tricks and watch some awesome chalk art. Thanks to Lloyd Donnelly and his page Old Mohill for sharing with us a picture of just how close we are to abroad in temperature. Well, this year in particular, especially during this last week, one didn't have to go away. The temperature in Mohill and Leitrim, 24 degrees. Temperature in Lanzarote, as you can see here, 23 degrees. It's rare we get that though. Now to our brain teaser, what question can a person ask all day long, getting a different answer each time, and yet all the answers were correct. The answer to come at the end. Vintage pictures now. Some images now of classic cars or automobiles from yesteryear. First in 1931, Model A Cabriolet, special built as a rural Montana mail car. And it carried the mail, yes it did. First monster truck as well, 1934 now, and a Chrysler Airflow sedan designed by Carl Breer. To 1939 and we see a Zephyr. These were very low slung on the back, so it was a case of mind the potholes or ramps on the road. Next, an Okie migration car. Dust Bowl era, 1930s. With this one is housed in the Oakland Museum of California. You might recall a car quite similar to the one pictured as being featured in the hit TV show The Beverly Hillbillies. You'll come back and see us sometime, you hear? Are solar cars possible? Solar cars? Apparently so, as we see in this example taken in the streets of Amsterdam from the year of 1960. And finally, still in the 60s, it's Cars and Girls as an electric beach car is previewed at Daytona Beach in Florida. The year was 1964. To World of Mystery now. The famous Indian rope trick was ancient when Marco Polo saw it at the 13th century court of Kubla Khan. The Indian magician known as a fakir hurls a rope up into the air and his assistant climbs up the rope and vanishes. The assistant screams and his severed head crashes to the ground to the horror of the spectators. The fakir puts the head into the basket and lo and behold, out jumps the assistant, all perfect, with nothing wrong with him. Well, most critics dismiss this as a clever illusion, but the fakirs believe that a true master has the ability to levitate and also make people see hallucinations. Frontiers of science now. I like technology, but sometimes its unceasing march can be quite frightening, like the new development called Amazon One, where they attempt to reinvent contactless payments. Well, we're becoming a cashless society. This is yet another step forward in that process. The promise is to reinvent payments in shops by replacing contactless and using palm signatures. Yeah, palm signatures. And that's the frightening part. The company says Amazon One will be the fast, convenient, contactless identity service that uses your palm, however, to enter, identify and pay. Now, I'm not sure I'm ready just yet to be waving my hand like a Jedi Knight to pay for things, but there is an increasing feeling and sense that our lives are already being tracked so much. Take your mobile phone. If you want to use, say, Google Maps, for instance, you have to allow the service to identify where you are, so it can plan a route for you. But that also means that you can be tracked anywhere you are. So many might see this as an invasion of privacy, but you can always turn it off. You don't have to have them on. However, it is an unusual trend going forward, all this tracking, and it's supposed to make life a little bit easier. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Some nostalgia from Ireland now. Well, St. Patrick was the first person in history to speak out against slavery, and he is also the patron saint of the excluded. By the time of his death, or shortly thereafter, the Irish stopped slave trading and they never took it up again. Now, also covering some 400 square miles, the Midland Bog of Allen, believe it or not, is the largest bog in the entire world. Emmet Square, that's in Birr in County Offaly. That marks the centre of Ireland, so we are told. And Dublin was originally called Dove Linn, meaning Black Pool. The pool to which the name referred to is the oldest known in Northern Europe and was at one time, certainly not sure about today, but at one time formed the centrepiece of the penguin enclosure at Dublin Zoo. The question of the week now. So what are some surprising, simple home repair tricks that can save you time and money? Homeowners always worry about maintaining their homes, especially when they don't have the handy tools or know what to do. So here are some surprising hacks to get around those for some common things. First up, a perfectionist can be annoyed when the sight of one or two small nail holes are stuck into your walls. Is there a way to get rid of them? Yes, choose a crayon that matches the wall's colour. Firmly rub it over the hole should disappear before your eyes. Next, if you have aluminium foil, you can spare the cost of a funnel. Make the foil itself into a cone shape, and you don't even need to clean it after using it. You can discard it. Soak your shower head in vinegar overnight, and you'll find it brand new on the next day because all the mineral deposits and grime will have melted away. Are you loving your pet but hating their hairs scattered all over your carpet? Well, a neat trick around that is a squeegee. Yes, what you use for the windows. It's more impressive than you might expect and can gather up most of that, if not all of that hair, and then you can hoover away. Finally, it's vital to stop heat leaking out of your windows in the freezing cold winter months if you don't have a double glazing, for instance. Handy hint is wet the window with a little water, add some bubble wrap to it, and that's it. The material is affordable. That's not very attractive, but you might want to use it for windows that are out of sight, but it's a solution. Now to video. Yes, it's a combination of video and mind-bending illusion time, where sometimes what you see is not what you get. Yeah, sometimes with chalk art you can't always believe your eyes. Here's an expert on the subject from China. That is awesome art, thanks to Nicholas Velez. Brain teaser answer. What question can a person ask all day long, getting a different answer each time, and that the answers are correct? Did you get it? Well, it was. What time is it? Now, the final word, quote, affirmation, words of comfort and wisdom. It's worth taking a moment to imagine life if it were from the perspective of a pet, in this case a dog. It could be your dog, or if you have ever owned one, you may understand this. They don't care what you drive. They don't care who you know. They don't care what you wear. They don't care where you live. They only care that you're there. So, as always, if you have an animal, there is a duty of care. Love your pets will love you back. And as we get older, we all like the idea of aging gracefully. So, never worry about the way you look. Wrinkles mean you've laughed. Grey hair means that you've cared. And scars mean that you have survived. So some things from the last several days, and thank you so much for looking in. As always, keep a lookout for one another. And until next time, from myself, Mike Bermingham, and the Miscellany, it's bye-bye for now.